Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another video. So in today's video I'm going to be doing the interior of the Halloween cottage. Now I know this is a little bit late and we're past Halloween, but I really wanted to do the inside of this cottage in a Halloween style and theme, and I didn't think missing Halloween was a reason to not do it. So that is what we will be doing today, so let's get started. So to start off with the main room, I changed all the doors and then I wanted to figure out a layout, and in here I wanted to go for a very cozy and rustic look. You'll see as we go on, it very much feels like a cottage themed house. I wanted it to feel quite small and the rooms were quite busy. So I start going in and placing in the furniture and the wall decorations that I feel like I want to use, and in here I wanted to do like a little living room seating area and also add in some other furniture that kind of made it feel very rustic, and the people living here had very busy kind of vibe going on. So as you can see, I placed out a lot of furniture in here and it can look really overwhelming to start with, but then I start rearranging where I want everything to go and also start rearranging where I want things to go on the ceiling. I wanted to use a lot of different lighting options and also some of the like hanging leaves and the floating candles to give it this really overgrown look in here. And as you see as we go forward, it will feel much more busy because of stuff being on the ceiling. And then I started rearranging the rest of the furniture and wall decorations that I started placing down. I wanted there to be a lot of paintings as well as obviously windows, kind of opening it up a little bit, and started figuring out where I wanted things to go in the room. So as we are decorating, you can see I've started kind of doing different sections of the room. So in the bottom right section, I wanted this to be a living area space, so I added in some couches and obviously a fireplace, and then the other side is more of an entranceway, so you've got an entryway table with like a phone and some books on it, and then the other two back corners are more eclectic with lots of pumpkins dotted about, and then I added in some pumpkin wallpaper and a dark rustic flooring to kind of finish up this room and figure out the last few bits of it. Next we are moving on to one of the back rooms, which is going to be a library room. In here I wanted to include a library room because I felt like it just fit for this house to have a really nice cozy room full of library books and lots going on. So I started placing in some of the Sword in the Stone and Frozen bookshelves to give it this nice dark rustic look in here, which obviously matches the first house as well, and which obviously matches the first room as well. And then I started again placing out the furniture I thought I was going to use. So I added in some of the mushrooms on the wall again, put lots of books on the floor ready to kind of rearrange, and also figured out which kind of seats I wanted to include in here to be the like main seating area of the room. So in here as well, I wanted to include a desk space at the back, and then started figuring out how I wanted to arrange the bookshelves. And I actually decided to do these little like alcove sections in the middle, and when you look at them from obviously ground floor level, you can't actually tell that they're not kind of set up this way. And I really liked using this to kind of piece apart the room, make it feel less square and less boxy, and give it more of a kind of unique look to it. And once I'd done that, I added in some lighting around the room. Obviously, as I said, added in some of the Remy windows because I felt like the gold and red fit well in here. And then I started rearranging all of the books and pumpkins and other Halloweeny items to kind of keep it tied to the theme, and also add them around so they kind of added to these Halloween benches that I'd used in the middle. Now the next room, which is the left hand side room, is going to be our kitchen. So as you can see straight away in here, I started placing in some of the Frozen kitchen set, which actually is back in the premium shop at the moment on a discount, I think. So if you like the look of them, they are in there, but it includes like the stove and the counters. So I added those in, and then started adding in some other furniture again that I felt like made sense for the build, and wanted to kind of dot those out and get everything prepared to rearrange. Now in the kitchen, as you can tell, I wanted to again add a lot of stuff to the walls. So I started placing out some of the picture frames, paintings and things like that I wanted to include. And as well as that, I wanted the kitchen counters themselves to be really busy. So I added in a lot of the new Scrooge items, which are like these little clutter items that I just love. Like there's a stack of bowls and a little cheese grater and just some really random clutter items. But these are my favorite thing to be able to add to the counters, make it feel like people actually live here and use this kitchen, and have realistic furniture dotted around on them. Now for the seating in here, I decided to use the casita table and casita chairs because I felt like the colours just worked perfectly with this autumnal look. And I also wanted to use quite a big table because I wanted it to feel like this house would be used to host a lot of people, to have kind of like harvest festival dinners or even like Thanksgiving or something like that. I wanted it to feel like a lot of people would gather here and kind of share food and cook things up and all of that stuff. So I wanted to use a bigger table. Obviously I do go in and add some food in off camera later, which you'll see in the walk around at the end. And then I wanted to do this really nice like photo wall or like painting wall behind the table. I had actually done this in my own house when I decorated it for Halloween, and I really liked how it looked. I felt like it fit really well with this kind of homely cozy vibe that I wanted to go for. So I actually decided to do it in here too, and I feel like it actually turned out pretty well on how I wanted it to. And then I went in and changed the walls and the floors to kind of finish up the room. So the final room is going to be our bedroom. Now in here I again wanted to obviously keep the Halloween vibe going on, but I actually decided to go for a rustic look by using the new Lion King bed that we got with the friendship rewards. I think it was Pumbaa's friendship rewards maybe. You get this gorgeous like tree bed, and I know it's more Lion King themed than anything else, but I wanted to kind of step up to the challenge of trying to blend this into a kind of like rustic cottagecore themed room. I wanted to see if I could do that, so I decided to put the bed in first and then worked around it with the furniture I was using. I wanted to kind of keep a similar vibe to the rest of the house, but very much focus on having this as a centerpiece. So again, started placing out the furniture that I wanted to use, and then kind of figured out what I had before rearranging. Now as I started rearranging the furniture in here, I decided I wanted to include like a little desk area as well as a vanity to kind of make it feel like an actual bedroom that someone would be living in and using. And when I did that, I obviously was playing around with the different seating I could use in here, as well as how I could kind of center everything around this main focus point of the wall with the bed and the bookshelves on it. And I decided to kind of dot things around in the corners, give it this really nice kind of rustic look, obviously include a lot of pumpkins, which isn't a surprise, and kind of move those around before figuring out this little corner section where I included the 2 rocking chairs. These were from the house bundle that came a while ago, and I just really wanted to use it in here. I felt like people who would live here would actually sit in these little rocking chairs and read a book or chat to each other. So I then put those in and then started figuring out the final furniture pieces to dot around this room. So here is the final house. So as you can see in the first room, I went for the pumpkin wallpaper that just instantly brings you into this Halloween vibe. There is a lot going on the walls and on the ceiling to make it feel very cluttered and very cozy. We've got our little sitting room area with the fireplace and the couches with some mushrooms above, and the mushrooms are so cute because they glow during sunset and night time, so they just add a really nice colourful glow into the room. And then we have our little entranceway area with a piano and some little leaf rugs to kind of tie it all to the autumn theme. The next room we have is our library. Now in here we've obviously got a bunch of bookshelves, we've got our little alcoves on the side to give the room some dimension, and then some of the Halloween benches to tie it back to the Halloween theme. I went for the same wallpaper in here again, but different flooring, and wanted it to feel very quaint, very cozy. I feel like because there's so many bookshelves and so many things on the walls, it really does just keep it really busy in here. And then obviously we've got the little desk at the back with the books around. Round in the back section, you can obviously see we have got the matching stuff on the walls with the windows. We've got some books on the desk and a lot of pumpkins dotted around to fit the Halloween theme that we have going on. In the next room we have the kitchen and dining space. So in here we've obviously got our rustic kitchen with the frozen bundle cabinets, which I just love. We've got lots of shelves with potions and jars and things on it. We have got the paintings all over the walls, and obviously the leaves and the hanging branches on the ceiling. And then we've got our table area where people can sit and hang out and enjoy the autumn food. The final room is the bedroom, and as you can see, I've done my best to tie this gorgeous new bed into the room, and I think I've done a pretty good job of it. I think I managed to kind of blend it in, but I really wanted to use it. In here we've obviously got lots of things that the people who live here can hang out and do, like sit at the vanity, the desk, or we've got the little rocking chairs where they can sit and read and hang out. Obviously I've added lots of potions on the walls, and again the hanging branches on the ceiling to just make it feel very covered over and very rustic. So here are some shots of the end build. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I'm glad I finally did it. I was a bit worried about doing it after Halloween, but I feel like it does still work, and it still could be a bit of inspiration for some of you who are debating what to put in this house skin, or maybe just creating a autumny Halloween house design anyway. You could do it in a different house if you wanted to, but I'm really happy with how it turned out and how warm and kind of cozy the whole thing feels. Let me know down below what you think of the build and whether you liked it, if there's anything you should think I should tweak and change. And if you do pick up this house skin, have you designed the interior of it at all, or are you going to put something different in here? Do let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. All your support on the channel means so much to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!